Well, can somebody tell me what the heck CHUD stands for? Well, I could, but that'd be a little bit spoilerish. What's going on, guys? Welcome to 31 Days of Horror. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. So day 13 is CHUD, which is a film that I've always wanted to see for such a long time. It's been spoken about so much in the horror community. And there's really not much to say about the plot. The plot is extremely simple. Basically, it's a monster movie. It's packed with 80s tropes. And you, funny enough, have this guy named George, played by John Hurd, and then you have this guy named AJ, played by Daniel Stern, and both of them were in the Home Alone movies. So you got Marv and you got Kevin's dad from Home Alone in the same movie years before, like 6 years before or something like that, because this is 84, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a creature feature. So basically, these two guys, AJ and George is a freelance photographer kind of thing. AJ is this soup kitchen guy who he like serves the homeless. I think he's homeless himself. I think he's in the community, but there's this homeless community that lives underground, and then there's this whole like investigation about creatures that are apparently found in the sewers, and there's this police investigation. AJ and George are both brought into this investigation and questioned, and what have they seen and stuff like that. But there's also this entire community that lives under the sewers too, and a lot of them are questioned. And it's really kind of funny because I don't know how accurate, like how true that is when it comes to big cities and stuff like that, because I've seen it in movies before. Like entire communities live underground, live in the sewers, and they live there, like they survive there, and they come up and down, and it's like an entire city down there. And I'm sure, like, I wouldn't doubt that's true, like in wherever, like big cities like New York and Los Angeles or something like that. But it's really interesting to think about because I've never really thought about that. I wonder how accurate and true that is. Like, if there's a whole community of people that are just living underground and doing their own thing, and that you never see. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, the creature feature aspects are great because again, you get practical effects in this film. Everything is practical. A lot of it looks cheesy, for sure, but it's still it's a lot of fun. I love how the creatures have like yellow eyes, and the teeth that they put on them, and it's it's really tropey, cheesy '80s stuff. The editing is weird. I would say the editing is like there's a lot of scenes that seem to kind of just stop, and then it'll go to another scene, and then like the cuts are weird. It was a little bit different for me. Not bad or anything, but I definitely took a notice of it. And basically, it's a standard cookie cutter creature feature that's packed with '80s tropes, and it's a lot of fun. It's cheesy, it's corny, it's campy. You're gonna get all that. You're gonna get a lot of practical effects. There is a scene where there's a shower scene, as a matter of fact, where this woman is trying to unplug her drain from the shower because it's flooding, and she wants to take the drain off. So she first of all uses a coat hanger, and she stretches it out so she can pull the plug on the drain kind of thing in the shower. And then she does, and then she gets like this massive squirt of blood, and it's just over the top and ridiculous. But then afterwards, she's out of the shower again. And this is what I'm talking about, like when it comes to the edits. Like she's out of the shower again, and she just like brushed herself off, like it was no big deal. Like I just got sprayed with some sewer blood, whatever. It happens every day. And then there's this, like, pretty much right after, there's this knocking, like I'm talking like banging on the door, like as if like something is trying to like knock the door down. And this little boy, I think his name is Dustin, goes to the door and he's all scared. And the woman is the same woman who was taking the shower is like, Dustin, come for dinner. And then he does. And meanwhile, like we had this like massive banging on the door as if like something or someone was trying to break in, and it's like that's so not realistic. But it was hilarious anyway, and just a property of the film's time. I think I would probably come in like the low 60s on this film, like probably 61 out of 100, wide of 100 because I hate decimals. And it was a fun, good time. Of course, I loved seeing Marv and Kevin's dad from Home Alone in the same movie in two totally different characters. Like Kevin's dad does not look. He's such a different character in his mannerisms. Like he acts more like kind of jockish, youthful, whereas in Home Alone he acts more mature. He acts like a dad. And Daniel Stern as well. Just his voice, the way he acts, like his whole personality. It's just a totally different character than the two characters that you see in Home Alone. But it's just funny that you see them both in this movie. The ending is absolutely ridiculous. Everything apparently gets solved, but then there's this random diner scene, and the monsters randomly show up, and then they just randomly throw on the credits. It's hilarious how they wanted to do that. Like, just kidding. We thought we defeated everything, but just kidding. And the sewer scenes are really cool. I like the whole aspect of introducing that whole community, how they made that a plot of the movie kind of thing. And yeah, it was really cool. Like, it was a cool watch. I loved C.H.U.D, and this definitely deserves a rewatch. And I definitely want to explore this film a lot more in the future. So, high recommendation if you like cheese. If you don't like cheese, then you're going to hate this movie. But I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. And that's day 13. So subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more. If you're interested in anything you see on the channel, check out everything else. And until next review, take care and cheers.